Girls' Night Out. A rite of passage for all mums, uni students, and employees around the globe. However, sometimes it's ruined by the incoming of men. It reveals where you stand on what I like to call the scale of sangrias, aka society's attractiveness system. And that can have you feeling a little isolated. How many times have you had an experience like this? You're on a night out and spot that special someone. He's looking at you, you're looking at him, and you let your imagination do the rest.
Actually, should we go grab a drink?
What can I get you?
Can I get a strawberry daiquiri? What do you want?
Yeah, same please.
Yeah, 2 of those, please.
He's pulling out all the stops, so you know you've got this one. And just when you're about to make your move,
Yeah, that's £7. What are you doing later?
and that, my friend, is pretty privilege.
Pretty privilege to me would be individuals who profit or benefit from a system which I would say is enriched in racism, colorism, ableism.
As societies and social media's idea on what is beautiful and pretty changes, so does pretty privilege.
A lot of the time, people who do benefit from pretty privilege like to discuss the fact that they are hard workers, but nobody said that you're not a hard worker. It's just there is this privilege which exists within this process for you, and that is what has helped you reach the point that you are, regardless of how hard you've worked.
Different names, same issue. In a nutshell, pretty privilege is the idea that people who are deemed attractive experience significant advantages in life in comparison to unattractive people. We live in a world where we're constantly bombarded with messages, products, and opinions hinting at us to change ourselves. It doesn't matter if you're the average teenager or even a famous celebrity, it affects us all. Because let's be real, it can change the whole course of your life. Think Kylie Jenner, whose $1 million cosmetic line was rooted in the pressure for her to get lip fillers, or more famously, Jeremy Meeks, aka Prison Bear.
He's the criminal whose mugshot went viral, and now controversy about whether Jeremy Meeks' looks are overshadowing his time behind bars. We're learning Meeks has a long and ugly rap sheet, in and out of jail since 2002, most recently on felony weapons and gang charges.
Now, Jeremy was released from jail last year. He was immediately signed to a professional modeling contract just based on the sexy mugshot.
Yes.
Wow. Well, Jeremy...
The same media that preaches self-love is what makes it so much harder to reach it. And it's made even harder by the constant push of Western beauty standards to us. Despite our different races, we're encouraged to slim down our noses, enlarge our chests, and even change our skin tones, all to reach an image that's unnatural. But even our native beauty standards can be damaging.
So when I was a child, my parents were actually told that their children look like dolls in Botswana. So they would say, oh, your children, they look like dolls, they're so cute. But that again goes back to the colorism factor of how within Botswana, we were viewed as dolls because of our proximity to whiteness, I would say, being mixed race.
They favor straight hair over curly hair quite a lot. You find a lot of women go to get like Brazilian blowouts and keratin treatments and all kinds of things to keep their hair straight. So my curly hair is more like a flaw for them than a beauty trait. So what family back home and people from back home tried to do is enforce me to straighten my hair, or like try and talk me out of having my hair the way I want it and having it the way they would like to see it because of what their standard of beauty is.
I've had a few occasions now where I've been asked to get my lips done, or little things like I've been asked to fake tan before a shoot, and I kind of question why that is. So am I too pale for the job, or my lips are too small for the job?
I think it's a double-edged sword. I think on one hand, I was still kind of reeling in from the trauma that I kind of faced as a darker-skinned man within schooling, you know, just outside in terms of my social life, but also just a lot of racist mechanisms at play. I think where I was once heavily situated, oh, I'm undesirable, no one wants me, I'm too dark, and then to suddenly see that change into, oh, you know, I'm black, I'm chocolate, handsome man, everyone wants me. I think it definitely did a number on me, and I think it definitely, for a couple of months, I was very cautious of how I navigated spaces.
Structures like pretty privilege teach us to seek acceptance from others. And why wouldn't you when it's so easy to feel validated online? And this is the feeling that gave birth to the social media influencer.
Influencers have such a bad name. It has a stigma. So I don't tend to call myself an influencer anymore. I call myself a content creator because that's what I do. I create content. But it has such a negative name to like video vixens, or, you know, we act a certain way, or we're really bougie, or we don't have brain cells. Like, people don't even know I have a degree or 2 degrees, for example, just based on seeing images online. So yeah.
Influencer culture markets pretty privilege to us every day. The equation seems easy, right? Pretty face and perfect body equals... And the examples are endless. We see influencers and celebrities praised for their good looks by way of free products and money. And let's be real, we're envious.
I have comments like that all the time, like, oh, the stuff I would do if I had this body, or the stuff I would do if... But do you know what? If we even flip it round, insecurity growing up because of my body was a lot. Because I know that people will turn around and stare, and I didn't feel comfortable with that. And I feel like that's partly why I wouldn't want to be online in lingerie and underwear, because I know that that's what I was perceived. Because even when I was in school, like, I was seen as that girl who just had like this adult body. So, you know, this is getting deep, but like, you don't know what sexual assault is. But like, growing up in school, like, people like kick my bum, or they'll like smack my bum. You won't even know who did it, because, you know, but that wouldn't happen to my friends, but it happened to me. So I feel like it can even be the other way. Like, you know, aside from pretty privilege or looking a certain type of way, it could also make you feel insecure growing up.
I think it's hard to blame the pretty person sat in front of you. I think it's more on the people, in my case, the people that are booking the dancers or the performers. Because if you're born naturally, society's beautiful, like standards, how can someone be annoyed at that? Because that's just how you are born and look. But if people are then hiring people based on their looks and not on their skill and ability, that's where the issue lies for me.
Just be confident. Like, you are you. And I know people hear that all the time and it sounds so cliche, but it's the honest truth. Like, I wouldn't be where I am just based on my looks. You know, there's more to me and there's more to it than that. You know, people, I get messages about people being inspired. They're not inspired by how I look, they're inspired by what I do. So I feel like it's important to also just push that narrative out there of who you are. And if you feel like you're someone who enjoys creating content, let that be your passion, not what other people think.
I feel like as humans, we naturally do it. Even, I would love to say that I don't view some or treat people because of how they look, but until you actively challenge your thinking and challenge the way we view individuals, then we are doing it. That's how I feel. But until that point, we clock ourselves and like see how we've been raised and what we view as beautiful, and how we pick our friends as well. Like, I've heard of some stories where some people only post their pretty friends on their Instagram, and that's ridiculous, because what level, what's your standard? How do you choose who makes the cut to your Instagram? And yeah, so until then, I would say we all do it, but it's what we do with it, which would be the change in the future.